just means that I'm pushing it to Discord or Skype. I'm pushing us to Twitch. That thing we use.
Yeah, we don't get pushed to Discord or Skype.
Oop.
Maelstrom Radio is playing talk shows. Are we on episode 80?
Yeah.
Why does our show notes say 79 still?
I don't know. Is it 79? Holy shit, I don't even remember what episode we're on anymore.
I'll check it.
Oh, I got it.
Remind me to fix our website.
No, it's 80.
Yeah, I think we are on 80. Yeah. Congrats, Wanderer. You get to be on episode 80. Not June yet, though.
Not June. That's when my birthday happens. Beanie's here.
Hey, Feeny. To watch this trailer after the episode.
It's I don't know. I don't know I don't know what they are, but I have chocolate chips and wait, what?
Amish cookies.
Oh, you have Amish cookies? Who's got Amish cookies?
Feeny, who said it literally 2 lines above it.
Holy shit! Who's got Amish cookies? Look over. Oh. I'm assuming chat can hear Baku and Shen, right? Oh, well, they can hear Shen.
Even if they don't want to, they can hear me.
I hope my audio is fine. Is my audio fine? I'm notoriously known for having last minute audio disasters.
I mean,
Sounds fine to me.
I was gonna say, like, define disaster. All right, Feeny, you get to whore us out to everybody.
Hey, Susan.
Yep. All right. Did get this show somewhat
Throw
on the
bunny.
road.
Akbarn!
Ah, shit.
Happy birthday!
Oh, you got booze today?
I
Bust-
have a split shot espresso milk stout.
Let me bust out the
brewed with coffee.
let me bust out the whisk.
Sorry, Akbarn, please don't leave.
Oh
We
god, why
love
do
you. You really should stop drinking that straight from the bottle.
but I'm a classy bitch.
No. That's why you get the fancy glass.
I'm not that fancy of a bitch. Classy bitch. There's different. Let's start this show.
All right, let's let's go with this.
All right. Today is May 11th, 2018. This is episode 80 of Maelstrom Radio.
Maelstrom Radio. With your hosts, Flatus and Shinder.
And welcome everybody to Maelstrom Radio. My name is Flatus. With me, as always, this host wants to give you his snickerdoodle. It's Shin.
At least you didn't say that I was a classy bitch.
True. Ready?
I already added that to the quote list.
It gets better. This host wants to give you his double stuff. It's Wanderer Sabaku from A Stage Reborn. Uh-oh.
What?
You know, like an Oreo cookie, but not.
You know, after 80 episodes, I've just given up at this point.
I mean, you could have been the snickerdoodle. I don't see. Shin doesn't strike me as a double stuff kind of guy. He's more of a snickerdoodle kind of fella. What happened already? It's
I have a feeling that this whole introduction thing just kind of started bad, and
no, what are you talking about? It's soared great. If anything, I was like Icarus, too close to this. I was flying on wax wings. That's what happened. Can we?
Yeah, but when you're in the dark, it doesn't matter.
Everything's a dump. Never mind. No, what? I'm not gonna say it. Not gonna say it. Not gonna say it. It would have been too hot for radio.
Speaking of too hot for radio,
we
have two optional items in the mug station.
Yeah,
there is an angel and a demon outfit. Each of them are 18 US per outfit.
Just like a 2000s Hot Topic clothing line.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. No.
Although I'm still waiting on the option where you can have one angel wing and one devil wing.
Just one. Just get one angel wing and just walk around like Sephiroth from 7.
We haven't had that released in 14 yet.
4.4. Speaking of patches. Patch 4.3 site updated. There's new info on the Ford Lord storyline, the custom deliveries, dome and reconstruction, duty finder updates for minion and chocobo races are going to be done from your duty finder. You know, the simple stuff. The good stuff. Also, if you didn't know, patch 4.3 had a big lot of stuff drop today, including the trailer. So, you know, go watch that. It's actually really good. Solid trailer. Hashtag Gaius lives. You know, nothing particular. You might get a little bit of extra Maelstrom Radio this week. You might get an extra audio blurb from me spreading out, trying new things as we hit up to episode 100. So you might get a quick and dirty 4.3 rundown, because I figure other podcasts can do. Damn it, my phone is over there and it's on. You probably heard that. Classic.
We didn't actually hear that. Although I can 100% tell you it was me tweeting.
It was. Hey, look, Shin tweeted. What I want to say is, I could probably run down an entire patch notes in about 10 to 15 minutes. So
everyone wants more Flatus blurbs.
That's that. Do they? Stop saying things like
you can't spread them out too thin, and they have to be extra quick and dirty.
Stop saying things like spreading out and quick and dirty in one sentence. I think Aquamorin is trying to say something about my sweet dulcet tones. Welcome everybody to Maelstrom Radio with Flatus. while I spread things out and make them quick and dirty.
Okay, I thought we were leaving the ASMR for the end of the episode.
Okay.
We're here with A Stage Reborn, or rather, one person from A Stage Reborn. Should probably like talk with them.
I mean, maybe he has something to. Maybe do you have anything to offer on like spreading and dirty?
I don't know. It's only time before my staff infects your chat, and I'll let them do it.
Oh, oh, your staff's gonna infect my chat and spread.
I'll bring my staff.
Yeah,
I'll let them do that.
Your staff's gonna infect my chat.
I'm the executive director. I have to be clean, but my staff, though, I mean, they have a history of doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've listened to our show before. You knew what you were getting into when you agreed to this. At least I'm assuming you agreed, and Flatus didn't blackmail you.
No, it wasn't blackmail.
Yes, Flatus very much blackmailed me. He threatened me with his
dulcet tones,
dirty puns of candy-related descent.
What? Just dirty candy puns?
He's calling you sweet
and dirty. I'm the perfect husband at that point. I can cook. I like a good pie. We're talking about pie all day, so we're really craving pie. Anyway, Sabaku's here because it is Musical May here at Maelstrom Radio. That means we're talking all things in the realm of music, and one thing that I've noticed, because I have gone to see it in A Stage Reborn play, is that how much A Stage Reborn has to rely on music to help set the tone for their plays, because even though we're reading the words that are on screen, sometimes tone isn't always best delivered. So I found it very interesting how, of course, Sabaku and the crew over there decided to take the in-game orchestrion and make sure that it was properly filled with the right music and playing at the right time. So before we get into all that, for anybody that's new to Maelstrom Radio or who doesn't know what A Stage Reborn is, could you tell them what you do, who you are, and what it is?
Yeah, especially considering we had some exciting changes. So we are a 501c3 nonprofit based in Washington. Our whole mission is to promote arts and culture, making the arts more accessible through digital interactive mediums, especially video games. That's our predominant, it's kind of our big thing. For those of you that are a little familiar with us, you know that we do theatrical productions in Final Fantasy XIV currently. We're also branching out and doing some other things involving the arts and other platforms coming up in the next year or two that'll be starting. So that is what ASR is. As far as me, I'm the founder, executive director, and the president of the board of directors for the nonprofit.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancepants. No, but but no, in all honesty, like you know, knowing how much work you do, like a lot of, like our listeners may not know, but you know, you and I like talk pretty much on a daily basis, and sometimes I see you're like dabbing your brow from sweat, and you're like, so much work to do today. So little time to do it all. So we're gonna jump right in with how big music plays a role in ASR. I need to know, like, what goes into picking a playlist.
So a lot of people know me for AFKing in the game all the time. One of the things I actually do, especially whenever we're putting together a project, is I will sit in front of the orchestrion and I will read scripts. I will read, like, even if it's something in the works, I'll pull up a script and I'll start playing through every song I have. If I don't have it, I will find somebody with a song. I'll find it on YouTube or something. Like, I will find the song so I can figure out, does this music underscore the text? there's a whole involved process just because a lot of players have this familiar attachment to the music in the game. So like when we pick pieces, like here's an example using the Warrens for the story of Maria and Draco during Maria's solo scene there where she's singing while she ascends the castle. And when we pick pieces like that, we want to make sure that we pick pieces that are appropriate for the scene, but also like don't have people sitting there thinking of running Snowcloak a million times during 2.x. So
it's kind of a balance between picking things that players will associate with other things but actually fits in with the scene still.
Yeah, we always take extra care to choose, for at least Final Fantasy XIV projects, to choose orchestrion selections that can create kind of like a new meaning for that song for the people that attend the show. We found with a lot of people that attended our shows or were in the cast, they'd come across, like they'd run a dungeon from one of the expansions, and they would it would be one of the dungeons with the songs that we've used in a play, and rather than thinking of that dungeon, they immediately start thinking of the show. And that's what we tried to create, because we don't want anybody to kind of go off into La La Land thinking of the content rather than focusing on the scene.
With that in mind, I mean, have you ever had issues narrowing it down to like one song or the other for like a scene or a moment? You're like, this could work, but this could also kind of work. Like, have you ever had that moment where it's like a toss up between two songs?
Oh yeah, especially when a new patch with new music comes out, and I'm like, oh my god, they added 2 songs, but I have to reconsider every single song we've selected now because of those 2 songs. Because there might be a couple pieces that we want to play together because they're very similar feeling in scenes. We want to make sure that songs have good contrast to them. You want the audio of it. You want the audience to be excited and interested into it, and that's a technique that has gone back with classical composers as far back as Beethoven and Bach and everything. And you'd get those great classical pieces where they'd be really quiet, and then they would hit you all of a sudden with this really loud, fast passage, and that back and forth kept the audience engaged. That's the level of care we put into the music selection there. Now, as far as like really getting stuck on some pieces, the Warrens was actually one, because it's a beautiful song, and I felt the Warrens didn't quite add enough to the scene that we wanted for our actress, for Maria Kira, also understudy Emmy. At first, it kind of felt like a really too quiet of a song. But if you listen very closely, about halfway or 2/3 through the song, it starts very lightly in the background vocals doing the melody from the opera from Final Fantasy VI. Those few notes. And as soon as I heard that, I was like, I can't change the song. We're using the Warrens for this scene. There's no way we can change it, because that was such a powerful connection. And even though not many people would probably hear it or probably even know that it's in there, we wanted those people who could actually make that connection to have that appreciation.
Do you find that happens often? Like you'll be listening to a piece and suddenly it clicks and it has to be that piece. Like you can't use anything else. It has to be that one.
Not super often, but there's definitely pieces that will have that kind of effect for a show.
Now, with that being said, do you think that it changes, like, if since the first, because your Canary's coming up again, with the people who saw Canary the first time, I already saw some of your staff in chat saying that we've already made major changes to the music in Canary. So with that being said, do you think that this version of Canary will also, like, if you saw the first one, sing this one, even though the plot and the wording hasn't changed, the music will definitely add a new tone to it, and seeing it again may give you something new to take away from it?
Absolutely. And I can't, spoilers, you have to go see the show, but they do some extremely creative things with the music. And all I'm going to say is that something from the ambient tracks is used, and it is incredibly powerful, and you have to go see it. Like it, I I was very, very thrown off when that was played, and it fits so well with the scene. And I never even imagined, because you see on Twitter and stuff, whenever they add a new ambient track in, they're just like, this is terrible, why did they do this? But they really made, I mean, this Canary, the music in it is very transformative compared to the original.
So with that in thought, have you ever had to rethink a decision after a new orchestrion roll is released? Like, I know coming into this, I know you've already been, doing, like, putting the stage together, rehearsing the play, and then with the patch dropping, there is going to be new music. Will you go through it with a fine-tooth comb, or is it like the music's already set, or do you take maybe those last minute, like, orchestrion rolls you may get and see if there's anything that could really stand out?
Well, the one weird thing with Canary Reprise is that I actually took a step back from this project. So I'm essentially just overseeing the team, and we have our co-directors and project managers in the organization, Zay and Levy. They're the ones running the show and making those calls. But anytime, it's kind of a part of the process. Anytime any new music comes out, and I know they're going to do this as soon as the patch drops, even though it's a couple days, we at least take a listen to see, is there something we could do to enhance this even more? I think patch is 522. So that's literally a handful of days before the show. But if there's a way that if there's a song that comes out that is absolutely loved, that absolutely fits in a scene, and we can get it in time, we'll do it.
Dedication.
Or insanity.
I mean, if you've gone to a show and seen it live, you'll be like, I could, like, sometimes you don't know how much work goes in. If you don't know how much work goes into it, talk to Sabaku, like, maybe like the week of a show. Or anybody from the Stage Reborn.
Better to talk to him a week after the show so that he's not going crazy.
Like, he's in a corner, like, got a cup of coffee and a cigarette, like, holding a cup of coffee and a cigarette between his fingers, shaking. How much
coffee in that glass?
How much time and Gil goes into gathering the music?
A lot. Some of it, I mean, for example, I had one of the players on Diabolos actually just come up to me and hand me answers one day, just to be like, if you use this, awesome, but I know you guys need such a variety of music, please take this. And that was really cool. There's other things like the songs that you have to earn yourself. Anytime there's a patch with new music, I usually get on there and I try and get them. It's always a priority because we want the most options. And if it's something really hard to obtain, we'll usually hold off, but we'll find the music somewhere else or find somebody with it to listen to it. And then if we decide that we definitely want to put that piece in the show, we'll actually, either individually or as a group, we'll put an effort together to obtain that. So that way we can just enhance the quality of what we can do by having those options. Even knowing that there could be another patch with music that just replaces that for us. We still do it anyway because we put that level of dedication into it. So.
So with the, and speaking of like the dedication, like how do you figure out the timing? Like is it, I know sometimes it's easy like with the scene transition, but like seeing your show, like I've seen you go from like a ballroom dance to a showdown, and all of a sudden it's like boom, like is somebody like at the orchestrion roll like ready to pounce and switch things on the fly?
Yep, we usually have either a staff member or a volunteer from the community. We bring them in as a crew member, technical director, so on and so forth. And their job will literally be to sit at the orchestrion. And usually we write out in our scripts, our materials, and so on and so forth. We actually, just like you would in a real life theater, we have usually a cue sheet that says like, a little bit of this character is going to say this, and then you're going to, change the lights to this and put on this song. And usually, as the show time gets close, we incorporate that into the live rehearsals. That way, they get used to the time delay, so on and so forth. So it's definitely, any component for technical stuff related to music that you get in a real life theater, we replicate, except for the live microphones, because we don't need that.
I like that part. Changing the face of plays. So how much now, having you're the one that used to do like the overseeing, and now someone like you have people under you now, like kind of taking it over.
Minions.
Many minions. How much time do you spend, or your crew spend, on like preparing music for a show versus like the other parts of it?
I think that's a hard one, because music, there's been times where music has been a 1 or 2 day task where, like with Maria and Draco, I definitely can remember at least 2 days where I'd wake up at like 8 or 9 a.m. I'd sit in front of an orchestrion with my script drafts and everything, and I would log out at 4 or 5 p.m. And that was my day, working with orchestrion selections. But also, you'll have days where you're working on things during rehearsals, or you're trying new pieces. And it can be something casual where you're just like, I'm just going to play this music in the background for this scene to see how it works. And that rehearsal could just be like an hour-long rehearsal. Overall, a lot of time, at least.
Many hours. So many hours.
Oh, here we have some update from chat here. Canary Reprise took me and Levy about a week to set up, and then a few more days after more music was released to discuss a couple changes.
Now I almost want to ask them, like, are you nervous about 5 point, with 4.3 coming out, that there may be like a new role coming out that you're just like, oh, now we got to go back? Or we'll find out. We'll wait for 30 seconds. I'm not, just kidding. We'll keep moving. I'm sure I'll get an answer. So I know you mentioned it to me, and we didn't really mention this. I guess we'll mention it like later in the show. Like we've been having help, and these questions came from our person. Our background help. So A Stage Reborn is starting, and I think we're the first show. I don't think you've made an announcement. If I'm about to say something I'm not supposed to, please tell me shut up right now. But A Stage Reborn is starting a choir, correct?
That is correct.
That's right.
Cat's out of the bag.
There it is.
Yeah, that's been public for a while, so no worries on that.
All right, cool.
We're breaking the news.
Shh, we're broken.
To all the people.
Yeah, who didn't know in chat, just you just been broken.
No, wait, I knew actually.
You knew. Yeah, real excited for this one to start up. See, someone knew already. One person in chat's gonna be like, I had no idea. So with that, how will that work in and outside the game?
So this is actually this is a completely out of game project. However, it uses all digital technology. There's the possibility for incorporation into things in the future. That's all very theoretical, and I'm sure Pat has many ideas. Pat is our director that proposed and is heading up this project, because essentially we want to establish a digital choir that kind of just goes on seasonally and self-sustains, perpetuates. The whole goal of it, give me a minute here, I actually have some official text, quote unquote, for it.
Ooh, we get an official press release.
Official text.
Yeah. Oh, wait, like a text on your phone or actual text?
No, actual text out of a document.
A real small part of me, I knew it was a document, but a real smart part, like a small part of me really wanted to be like an official text on this.
So, what it is it intends to bring choral music to those that may not have the exposure to it in everyday life. and it expects to provide regular content to the public. The Perform Music is not the sole or main focus of the program. It's more the exposure of arts and music education that will be the core of this project.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and as far as the kind of music that it will be doing, we do have some ideas. They're on hold right now because we're still in the audition process. We're going to be starting with a rather small, I believe Pat's going for a small 4 to 8 person capped choir for our initial cycle, and then expanding on that so we can scale our resources appropriately. But we'll be using commonly performed choral works and also new selections, all based on the feedback and knowledge of the singers that participate. So 8 to 12 people for the chorus. And this will be something because we want to make arts more accessible. So we'll be using digital technology, audio engineering. We're going to be looking for staff for that soon to help with, dealing with audio quality, teaching people things about, how to record and send and even out all the recordings so they all sound the same good quality. But most importantly, we're going to be working with those that audition with us to match their skill level. So if we get a lot of auditions for people that aren't very good with music theory, maybe they haven't taken any music theory before, or they're still relatively new to it, we'll be selecting and providing pieces to help teach them that and allow them to grow their skill, all from the comfort of their own home on their own time, and then produce these pieces for public enjoyment through our channels. If we get a lot of people who have a lot of experience, we may look at more complex pieces that have some challenging aspects to it that will match the educational needs of those more experienced with singing in a choir, but also allow it to, be flexible. So if you get a lot of experts and a lot of amateurs, they can still sing together and have a good time.
Are you still looking for more applicants, or have you shut that down for now?
Actually, we changed it so auditions are perpetually rolling. We don't want people to feel pressured that they got to get an audition in right now, or there's a limit to it. I mean, there will be a limit when we say that, we've cast the first cycle and that, they're going to be working on the music pieces, but we'll still accept auditions 24/7, 365. The point is that, we want to be able to make this accessible to everybody. And so we also toned down the auditions. So before we asked for a little bit of sight reading. I think that might have been a little intimidating. So what we have now is we just ask people to sing us a song. You can use instrumental backtrack, or you can do it a cappella. We prefer a cappella because it's easier for us to hear and listen to your pitch and things like that. And you just send an MP3 or a YouTube or SoundCloud link, and that's your audition. And you don't have to worry about anything else other than that.
Then you're going to try out?
I played a bard once. Does that count?
Yes.
No experience necessary. I mean,
hey, I got a bard to like 66 or something. That's a pretty good amount of experience.
It is. If we're talking EverQuest or EverQuest 2, it's really good.
Final Fantasy.
Oh, that bard.
Yeah, that's why it's only 66.
Oh, okay.
My EQ2 bards were like each around 100, I think. I had 3 or 4.
Wait, you have 4 bards?
Yeah, I had 2 of each class. Don't judge me.
I don't. Why would I judge you? I don't judge you. So you kind of touched on like the idea of the inside and outside of the game, a little bit of the goal of the choir. Besides, are you looking at any specific types of music, or are you looking to like cover all like types? Like your choir may bust out like Toto Africa.
Well, I mean, there's always the concern regarding licensing and everything, because we do want to make sure that all the music that we use for this is entirely legal for our purposes. So the focus is really going to be on educational pieces. And so, I mean, I'm sure Pat will be open to, taking suggestions, ideas for music for us to do from the public as well as from our own team. But I anticipate that out of all the categories of music we do, a lot of them will be reminiscent of those that you see in like university choirs and so on.
Okay. So you're saying
And some fun stuff.
Okay, all right. So there's still hope for Africa. Okay.
I'll vote for that one too.
All right.
We
thanks.
can look into it.
All right. I'd be so happy.
I mean, if we can get it in like what 20 to 30-second clips.
Yeah. Just and then I'll just cut it. I'll splice them all together, and I'll get the whole song. All right. So with the that many people in a choir, you're like with technology, limitations and sometimes benefits. Do you know how you'll tackle like the sound quality issues across like the multiple users yet, or still looking into that part?
We're still looking into it a little bit. We have a lot of staff members that have a lot of professional audio and related software experience, audio hardware experience, and so that's not going to be too much of an issue, other than getting all the documentation together for it and boiling it down so that way. We want to basically create guides for the singers so that way they know how to record and what they can use to record. Essentially, we're going to use our own talents to even everything out on our end, because we know some people might have some limitations due to what they have available to them, and they might not have super duper quality recordings, but they'll have good quality recordings. And then you'll get other people who have like a $2,000 microphone setup and they have perfect recordings. And so we would probably apply, I'm sure Pat's going to chime in chat and take over there, but we're going to be using our own mixing tools to take care of that.
Yeah, looks like already chimed up in chat here. First bit will be mixed and bounced out of Logic Pro. We can do what we need from there.
There's also a few other things. We might also, there's the potential that it could involve some live music, like actual, like a Stage Reborn doing something in real life for once. That's still just part of the whole project idea. And so if we were to take that step, we'd of course announce it. There'd be a lot of planning around it, but that's one of the directions this could go to. So a lot of us have real life sound engineering, soundboard related experience that we would also apply for that. And then the third thing is we have a lot of talented programmers among us. And so we might actually come out with some interesting solutions to tackle some of those challenges of having what could essentially be an international digital choir. So please look forward to that.
Dang. That sounds so dope. So look at me. Like, you guys are using Pro Logic. I'm over here. I'm like, I'm on Audacity. I also just got like my EDM house thing from like Music Maker, Magix, and about to like drop some sick beats in there.
I show up once a week and talk into a microphone.
You're also a programmer.
Fair.
Yeah. Which, once we revamp this, it'll be great. One day we'll be professional. We're kind of like semi-professional.
We're semi-something.
Mm-hmm. If for like Matchbox... No, wait. What's the other guys? The other... Third Eye Blind? Semi-Charmed kind of life? No? Alright. I'm just gonna let that one die.
I've said a lot of things on this show.
Yeah, hold on a second. I deserve this.
It just wasn't funny.
It just wasn't funny. Just gonna let that one go there. So, you mentioned doing more things out of game. Do you have any ideas or projects in mind that you don't mind sharing, or is that kind of like under wraps at the moment?
There's a few things that I can talk about. I know a lot of stuff is under wraps because we go by a schedule and we want to make sure everyone's on the same page. So I don't want to like jump ahead and spill all the beans. We do have another project on Final Fantasy XIV that's going to be coming up It still has to go through approval, but auditions will likely start very shortly after Canary Reprise has closed. It will be something probably familiar to a lot of people, something different and fun. And then the other thing I can talk about is we have talked about FanFest a bit coming up this fall.
Ooh, tell us more.
And I can't make any promises because, once again, we're still finalizing things. But there may be a handful of people from A Stage Reborn there. And if you come across them, they might have something for you. Everyone.
Hugs?
Maybe hugs.
Oh,
You'd have
sweet. I'm gonna get so many hugs.
So you've promised that A Stage Reborn is going to be at FanFest.
No. But I'm promising if we're there, there might be some goodies.
A lot of people in chat want hugs now.
Okay, I will relay that to my team that that everybody at FanFest they run into needs hugs.
Yeah. Shin, what
Especially those in the line.
Shin, what are we giving away at FanFest? Come into the bathroom and meet us. Figure it out. No. It could be anything in the bathroom.
No. No.
No? All right, hold on. Hold on.
That's the joke. That's the joke. You get it?
I can't believe you said that in chat. Gotta be good on the podcast, but when it comes to the Twitter or the Twitch account,
somebody said pork chop sandwiches. We can meet in bathrooms and give people sandwiches. That's a weird place for a sandwich, but you know.
It's okay. Chili's gonna go around and give out fast podcast shoutouts. Because after being on literally every single podcast, he's really good at it.
Yeah, he is. Shin wrote in all caps, chiptunes? All caps. Chiptunes, Sabaku?
You mentioned other projects and you mentioned programmers, so that's the first thing that comes to mind.
Chiptunes.
I'm actually unfamiliar with chiptunes.
Like 8-bit music.
Beep, beep, boop.
Ooh,
like the stuff we get teased by Soken every now and then.
Yeah. Like Alexander Tactics music.
You know, that's an idea. And I mean, you know from the stuff we've done in the past that we have composed like our own original music for some things. Like the trailer music in the story of Maria and Draco, like that was composed myself from scratch, even though it was a derivative off of multiple works. Like I pieced it together. And we do include our own proprietary music in some of the stuff we do. And Pat is sending me images of 8-bit related processing things on Discord now. So I'm guessing that's an idea that has motivation behind it. But yeah.
So when you thank people for the chiptunes, remember Maelstrom Radio.
I will pass that on as an idea. We will, because we love providing like little fun things like that, because a lot of people, you know, they'll come and they'll see our programs, our activities, our events, they'll participate, the show will close, and then other than the YouTube video, you know, you just have the memories of it. So we like being able to create fun and engaging things that come out of the work that we do that the public can enjoy. And even for our team and those that volunteer with us to participate in creating. And that would actually be, you know, a good idea, I think. So, I mean, if there's definitely a demand for it.
Everyone loves chiptunes, and by everyone, I mean us.
Mm-hmm.
Probably more than us, but especially us.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if you send out a message asking people if they'd be interested, you'd get an overwhelmingly positive response.
Yeah, and if anything, if we've proven anything, especially since we're doing Musical May, Shin and I really like music, and especially gaming music, so... I mean, how many times have we had to link people to, like, music we've shown off on the show? All the time.
Part of that, though, was because they really wanted to see Soken fighting a robot. are fighting guys.
But we've also had covers on the show before, and people have asked for that. So we do find the dopest artists and ask them to use their music on our show. So, by the way, always thank your remix artists out there for letting you use your music, because without them, our show would suck. Ramps up the show in the beginning. So we have a couple things from the audience. Sabaku, what do you think about the music that was in the trailer?
I will have to listen to it first.
Hey, me too.
Hey. Maybe if we have a little bit of time, maybe we can actually show off the trailer. I don't know if I have that set up, but I could probably get it set up. So.
We should probably not.
All right, fair enough. Well, fair enough. Also, we have Zaynava. Shout out to Moon. She's one of the most hardworking and dedicated members of the cast in Canary, and has been true pleasure to work with. So, shout out to Moon. Moon hype. I don't have like a cheer sound on here. I would cheer.
Yeah, all of your sounds are just kind of weird.
They're not all weird. Some of them are great. Like you know. Oh wait, I got this. Hold on. A little loud though. Let me knock it back a bit. But I got this. Hey, everybody
Can't go wrong with Prompto.
Yeah, no, I can't. See, look, it's all good. Everybody got a little fanfare. It's great. So, Baku, we're gonna have to ask, unless there's any other questions coming out of chat. But chat, you got like a last minute, so we're just gonna we're getting yelled at to do the trailer. Listen, it's up to my co-host. If he says no, I won't do it.
We've had issues trying to incorporate media at the last minute when we're not prepared and have no idea what's going on. Trust me, it's better if we leave it until we're prepared.
Yeah. I promise. Well, we can get Sabaku. We can watch it after. I don't mind, like...
You can have it in, like... you can have it later.
Yeah. Dessert? You've been good.
I was going to say when you do your like special spreading episode of 4.3.
Oh, okay. So... I have to say it. So when I spread it, I can play the trailer. I'm sorry. You put those pins up. I'm sorry. Sabaku's like, why did I come here? Sabaku, can you let everybody know the Canary show times and when it's happening and why they should go see it, please?
Sure thing. It's going to be May 26th and 27th. On Saturday, May 26th, there's 2 shows, 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. Pacific time. On the 27th, it's at 4 p.m. Pacific time, and there's a RSVP. It's ASR.2/RSVP for that one. It will be taking place on our Twitch channel, our YouTube channel. Both of those are just the URL / A Stage Reborn. It's also going to be live on the Diabolo server, the Primal Data Center in Final Fantasy XIV, in the Lavender Beds, 8th Ward, Plot 28. And you should go see it, because not only is it an amazing salute to Final Fantasy IX, but it is a huge community endeavor with a lot of hard work behind it. They've done an amazing and transformative job with the production. I'm absolutely blown away. It's taken, I mean, and especially anybody who has never seen a work that we've done, they should come to the show. And even if you saw the first Canary that we did, come to the show, because you will be getting nearly 2 years of what we have learned and done together as an organization, all the improvements, all the improvements the developers have done with the game. You know, you can see the progress that time has allowed us to grow with, and it's probably going to be one of the best productions we've done so far. So
And I will say personally, because I've gone to see the last play you did. It's truly phenomenal, like how much work and how great it is, and just to sit there and see like how you take like everything that goes into it, like the design of the stage, the emotes and the timing of everything, like, and specifically the music. I was blown away. If you've not created a character on Diabolos, go create your character. Do not miss this. This is something that is only, I think that's only going on right now in Final Fantasy until I think you decide to spread your wings to more games. But with that being said, it's something that's really amazing. And if you can't create a character, if the server gets locked, which I think has happened to you before, right? Like you have a bunch of people like logging and making characters, and that server has gotten locked before. Or like
the first time we did Canary, we had I had a line of 1,600 people outside the plot, and the server was on lockdown for the 2 weeks leading up to the show.
Wow, that's a few people.
So if you haven't already, go and make a spare character, and it doesn't take long. And if you need help getting to that ward, let me know. I will I can get you over there.
Yeah, we have a bunch of people that have plots in the area. We have people that like we have volunteers that do actual ushering in the game to help you find the place, get in line, answer your questions. Social media will light up with all sorts of posts from us and from others attending. You usually get a hashtag going, ASRQ talk, to make a feed about everything going on with the show. So yeah, definitely, watch all that stuff and contact us if you have any questions.
My co-host has already convinced me that I need to resub just to come back for this.
I told him that, like, if you don't want to resub for the patch, like, at least resub so you can come back for the play, because it's so good. It's worth. I'm telling you.
So I'm coming back.
Yeah.
So I come see your thing.
Good.
I remind me to make sure I send out that RSVP email. He's my +1, by the way. Where can people submit auditions and get more information for the choir?
So auditions for the choir, you could just submit them, your MP3 file or SoundCloud or YouTube link to talent@astagereborn.com. If you have any questions or anything, you can just join our Discord and ask us there. It's invite code is astagereborn, all one word. Go to our website, astagereborn.com. We have a lot of information and stuff posted there, as well as every social media and contact information for us. So that's all where you can find it.
Awesome. And of course, where can people find out more about A Stage Reborn?
And that'll be the website at Do you hear dogs barking? I'm sorry.
It's okay. Hi, puppy.
He's alerting everyone in the house that people are here. The website is www.astagereborn.com.
Dog is so excited about A Stage Reborn.
Oh, yeah. He loves it. He sees whenever I'm doing any sort of work related to Stage Reborn, he's just like, oh, let me just sit on your lap. Let me talk. Let me step on your keyboard. Let me talk to the microphone.
Just like me. My dog, Greg, aka my dog, not his real name, that's just his internet persona, doesn't like my computer. It scares the crap out of him. He hates it. He's usually chilling. He's chilling over there, like way over there. He's over there in his bed. What he does. Also, and last but not least, we want to thank Dylan Thorne for helping us organize this show. Dylan's going to be helping us organize the next few shows, and maybe we'll see what happens from there. But Dylan, thank you. Your choir questions are awesome. So, let's see. We're gonna jump to just let you know. Next week, we have Lucky Sparrow, a completely in-game RP musical stage show from Balmung. We have the creators from Lucky Sparrow coming next week. And Dylan helped first of all paid for my level jump potion and my Dark Knight unlock to get me to go to this. Like, she was dedicated for me to going to see this show. And just like A Stage Reborn, I am truly still amazed and flabbergasted about what people are able to do and can do with the characters in this game. So please look forward to that next week as we interview the creators of Lucky Sparrow, a completely stage-driven musical dance show. With that being said, of course, you can find us, Shin and I, over on the Gilgamesh server, aka Greg. Oh, what? No, can't.
I mean, you can't find me right there. I'm not subbed.
Your boy, you come back. What are you doing? Hush your mouth. You just said you're coming back. You just announced it to all
go
of
and
you.
to watch the show.
You're telling me you're not going to dip your toes into the thing?
Maybe, we'll see.
That's right.
It depends if we get to kill Asai or not.
Oh, you mean Bowl Cut? Oh yeah, we're killing Bowl Cut. That's something's happening, Bowl Cut. Anyway, you can find us on Gilgamesh, and you can come join Domina Umbra. We're flourishing. There's so many nice people and a lot of talking. And today we had a long chat about anime in our Discord. So if you want to be a part of that, you can find us on Greg. You don't have to move your character. It's just a suggestion. If you're running solo on in your game on your server and you want people to hang out with, come over to Greg. If you just want to throw an alt in there and just come in, hang out with us, run some content, that's cool too. I'm telling you, it's not a bad place to be. It's a lot of laughs most of the time. There's a lot of nobody likes Asai. Nobody likes him. Of course, you can find us here weekly, Fridays at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. That's 9:30 Eastern. You can find our recorded shows on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. You can find the blog at maelstromradio.com. You can find the show. You can find our email on our website. But just to let you know what it is, it's show@maelstromradio.com. You can find our Discord is on our website, and it's also on our Twitter. And our Twitter handle is twitter.com/@maelstrom_radio. Send us your tweets or selfies. I've been asking for selfies. Not like everybody's like, why are you collecting selfies? I'm like, I'm not collecting selfies. We just.
For the record, I still don't know why he's collecting selfies.
It's because everybody on that day was like getting their, everyone had permanent wedgies about the whole GM versus like nude mod, and I was like, I'd rather bring some positivity and just see all the players happy and smiling. And
well,
I said
the FFXIV selfie thing, but I said that we need to wait until closer to FanFest next time. It pops up every few months.
We can just do it whenever. Show us your pie next time. Hashtag pie. Send us your pie. Yeah, send us pictures of pie.
MR Pie.
Yeah, Mr. Pie. We're just gonna get so many pictures of pie now. You can find us on facebook.com/maelstromradio, and of course you can find us here on twitch.tv/maelstromradio. If you're new, if this is your first time in here listening to us, please give us a follow, click that button. We do shows like this all the time. You never know when Sabaku may be wandering himself right back here, like I did that. Right back.
That was terrible.
No, you didn't.
It was so good, but it was terrible.
All right. You never know when he might wander himself right back here and giving another interview about A Stage Reborn or what they may be doing next. Plus, it helps us out. If you feel like you can swing it and you got that Amazon $5 just hanging over your head, and you're like, who do I want to sub to? Sub to us, because it helps us out. Helps the show. we're looking at, like, yet again, we're updating this whole thing. This isn't going to need a facelift, so, you know, helping us grow. Also, we've had ideas given to us for Patreon, so we might start looking into Patreon. It's something that like the ideas are actually feasible, something we can do. So we can probably give you content on the extra for some, you know, helping us out. So with that being said, Subaku, do you have anything else for the people out there?
Well, I just want to thank you two for inviting me onto the show today, and everyone who supports Maelstrom Radio and A Stage Reborn together, who is viewing, watching in the future, downloading this podcast.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, of course. And of course, we'll have you on again in the future. I'm sure A Stage Reborn will keep pumping out amazing content, and we will ask you back every time to talk about it. I got people yelling at me in chat. Of course, I want to thank my co-host Shin. Shin, do you have any last final thoughts or anything else to say?
Just want to do one last quick shout out. Go check out A Stage Reborn's Canary Reprise on May 26th at 1 and 4 p.m. Pacific, or May 27th, RSVP only at 4 p.m. Pacific.
And yet again, of course, please, like I said, just go check it out, or even watch the Twitch stream. It is. So with that said, of course,
there's also a trailer on YouTube.
Oh yeah, there's a trailer. We'll have links. Don't worry, we'll throw up links on our website so you know where to go, where to follow, and get all that good stuff. Are you linking? Now I'm confused.
It's already in chat.
Got it.
I'm putting it in our notes so that we can link it later.
Got it. You're just all caps. Don't forget. So thank you all, and of course I'm gonna go ahead and go bloop there and bloop here, making a lot of bloop, and of course do one of bloop here. Thank you all for joining us for this 80th episode of Maelstrom Radio. We are 20 episodes away from 100. It is getting closer by the weeks, and they're just rolling through. So it's kind of getting scary. Which means a lot more work's gonna have to start going into episode 100. Of course, I want to thank my co-host Shin. I want to thank Wanderer Subaku for joining us here and talking about Canary Reprise. And of course, I want to thank Dylan Thorne for helping out with this episode of Maelstrom Radio. See you all next week for Lucky Sparrow. And of course, till sea swallows all, keep listening.
Maelstrom Radio is a production of MaelstromRadio.com, Blackfire Media Productions. Final Fantasy XIV and Eorzea are trademarks of Square Enix. Opening theme provided by Benjamin Anthony James. You can find more of their music over at SoundCloud.com/Ben773. Our outro is provided by Sodo. You can find more of their music over at SoundCloud.com/Sodo. Views and opinions expressed on this episode are those of Maelstrom Radio and their hosts, and do not reflect the views and opinions of Square Enix. And until sea swallows all, keep listening.